There was no light bulb moment. I was involved in the environment movement, and John Coulter, who is a former president of Sustainable Population Australia, was talking to me about population, and when he explained it to me, it was like, of course. Because see, I grew up as the oldest of 7 children, so there were 9 people in our family, and very early on I understood that 9 people into one wage does not go as far as 4 people into one wage. So it was just a very, very obvious thing to me once it was pointed out to me that population was a crucial issue. Well, population sustainability is the big issue for me because I came from the environment movement, and as soon as I started learning more about population, I could see the very big impact it was having. And here in little old Adelaide, as opposed to Sydney and Melbourne where it's all seemed to be happening, we're seeing the same thing. We've seen some of the best agricultural land in South Australia built upon by urban sprawl. Media resistance has been one of the big problems. We're a small organisation, and we are always dependent, or almost always dependent, on media to get our message out, and they mostly want to ignore us. They want to again talk about this issue of immigration and racism, which has become very current in Australia, and it's too hard for them. I think that's the problem. They think that there are bigger issues they don't actually understand, and nor do they seek to understand how important this issue is. Well, it's strange in a way that that moment of reaching 25 million in Australia's population ended up being some of the best publicity we had had in many, many years. We had national coverage in every state, and in a way you think this is so regrettable that it had to be about a day when we reach a population level that is beyond sustainability. I think that people just like me who know that this is an important issue will be drawn to joining Sustainable Population Australia. It is the only environment group in Australia that is prepared to deal with this issue. We see environment group after environment group, some of the big names, who will not deal with it. They deal with what we see are the symptoms of the disease. And when we approach some of these organisations from time to time and say, why not talk about population? They say, oh, it's a divisive issue. Well, the reason people should join us is because while we know it's a divisive issue for some, and while we know that people are going to accuse us of racism, we are not frightened of that accusation, because we know that this is a crucial issue both for this continent and this planet.